Have you ever drew a character but the torso was really difficult to draw and it still looked wonky and weird? Because I did. So therefore I studied drawing torsos for an entire week. Now let me share with you 5 of the most important things that I learned that will also help you a lot with improving your torsos for your characters. So first let's just talk about super simple proportions that I now use all the time. So whenever it comes to the upper body, I like to divide it into the upper one and the lower one. Lower being hips and the upper being ribcage, where the ribcage can be the height of 1.5 heads. But also you can sometimes do it by just dividing the upper body into the thirds. So the 2/3 will be for the ribcage and the 1/3 will be for the hips. And here I like to just do the 1.5 head for the height and also 1.2 times head height for the width of the ribcage. Of course, these are just super simple proportions. You can always bend them and play with them. These are just like to have a foundation. Okay, and for hips, I just like to make it 1 head high and also 1.5 head wide. So, but we also want to talk about the waist of our characters. And I realized that before my waist for my characters was super thin. It looked like there wasn't any organs. So now I just like to keep it around at least the height of the head. So pretty much I just like to take the head height and put it here and make it at least the same or more or bigger, but never smaller, because then it just looks really weird. Now, as for the belly button, I like to put it a little bit above these 2 points that are sticking out from the hips, which is basically a hip bone here poking on the side. Same here, boom, a little bit above that we have our belly button. Now we can go a little bit deeper and go and dive into a rib cage, where for rib cage I just like to first put a basic hole for the neck and then clavicles, collarbone here, where we can divide this part here, boom, into half. So we basically just place the sternum will be the length of 1/2 and then the thoracic arch will be for the other half. Same here, half, and there would be the same length here. And from the side we have the same, half and half. But of course we can put it lower or higher depending on the character, I guess. Also, when I studied, I realized that my drawings, that my studies aren't really looking like the reference I was trying to draw. And the answer is super simple for that. So what I lacked was pretty much just observing. And I did the same thing in my last challenge, where I studied legs and also previously hips, but now I knew what I needed to focus on. And a thing that helped me with that, besides of course observing, were landmarks, because now I had things to observe instead of observing line for line whenever I was drawing and seeing the reference. I wasn't really looking at, okay, so this line goes like that, so I have to copy that line on my drawing. Then the breast go here, so I need to copy that. No, what I did was I looked for the landmarks. And real quick, what landmarks I was using for the rib cage, which these are super simple. So first we have a sternum, which shows us with the way the character is facing. So if the sternum will be closer to one side, we can just imagine that the character is pointing in that direction. Boom. If it's dead in the middle, like that, we can see that it faces us, and then from like here, it obviously faces in that direction. So this is a really important landmark. Then I also observe the line for the shoulders. So it basically helps me just observe the overall what are the arms doing. If it's like a C, so the arms are pointing up, or maybe it's like a tilted line like this. So I know that one shoulder is higher than other. And also here the other landmarks are shoulders. I basically just put simple balls for them, so I know like where are they compared to each other. So if one is higher or lower, for example here we have one higher, one lower, boom, this here, then the oval, then I of course put the sternum here, so I know which direction the body is facing. And then we can also place a thoracic arch, but I don't really care about these curves here. I more care about the bottom here. For example, here and here, we can connect them using a line. Boom. It helps us with perspective. Also, whenever you draw like a full body, I use also the with the line for the hips, as you can see here, and the shoulders, and then I just add all the details then and landmarks more. So whenever I started drawing, I just looked at the reference and tried to see these landmarks in the reference first, and then try to draw them on my. And also one useful landmark to that is a belly button, because we can see if the body is twisting. For example, here we have straight line like that, but now here is the belly button really close to one side, just makes the body twist. So while you draw, just check the proportions, check the landmarks, observe them, and correct them if they're needed by just observing them. And also, if you want my brushes, they are for free in the description below, and with them you'll get 30 art tips that will help you draw better in 30 days. Now, another thing that helped me draw better torso was just starting super simple. So under these sketches, you can see that there are some simple shapes hidden underneath. And in each of them, you can see an egg shape here hidden. Boom. And this is what I do. I just start really super simple, and then I just build more details on top. So as you can see here, some messy lines below, some lines that are for gestures like here, some belly buttons, some arms. So each of them has these super simple shapes. So now let me show you super simple shapes that we can use for our torsos, which we start by drawing an egg. Then the middle line, the shoulder line, we can also rotate it a little bit. So then we add a line for the neck. We can add super simple neck, a sternum, then of course the clavicles, thoracic arch, like that. Boom, super simple balls for the arms, for the shoulders, then trapezius muscles, boom. And we have super simple shapes for our torso. We can also like refine it a little bit. Boom, and neck, boom. Super simple shape. But then we can always just go and connect to the whole body, boom. But yeah, super simple shapes. But also with these super simple shapes, a basic knowledge about anatomy. So what are the shoulders muscle, where's the bicep, triceps, like where are the lats, pecs, like abs and stuff. This is very useful, so you can just learn it, and there's a lot of actually resources about that. With that, it also still really easy to make your torso feel super stiff. So the first thing that will help us with that is just understanding that the torso, so the rib cage and the hips, are actually tilted a little bit naturally. So from a side view, like a more side view, the rib cage would be, these two would create a C curve. So here would be our torso, our rib cage, and then hips like that. So the hips kind of point down, whereas the torso kind of points up. So for example, here we can see this kind of points down, and here this kind of points up. Now also there's a lot of twist and stretch in the body. For example, here we have a simple twist. So basically from a side goes like that, and behind this arm there would be an overlap. So something like this, which are actually T-lines. So pretty much if we erase these here, we can show the overlap by just adding a T-line. So a T-line, as you can see here, is a line that creates T, like that, boom. So now this shows that this is overlapping this. But also we have stretches and pulls. So for example, here we have this kinda into like, this kinda going into one side, stretching. So this side here would stretch, and as you can see here, it actually would be maybe even more straighter like that, boom. And the other will actually compress and create some folds. So if we just do this, here we have a stretch like that, boom. The body goes into that direction, boom. And this would compress like that. As you can see here, we would have force, something like this. Boom. So yeah, the body is twisting, stretching, compressing, and doing a bunch of stuff. So we want to actually capture that. Now we also want to use a CSI. So you probably know what CSI is. It's basically building our figures by starting with gestures. So CSI are the lines that we use, the curves. So we try to build a body with a C here, boom, then the other C, some S's, boom, we just start, boom, like that, and try to just build these bodies throughout CSI. So not only just place a one line, but then you go into other lines. So we can build, for example, the arms here, boom, goes like that. Same here, boom, like a C. Here you can do an S there, and of course these lines flow into each other. So for example here or there, we have this line flow here, then another line flows here, same here, boom, like that and that. So these lines go boom, one line, boom, second line, boom, they flow. So basically it's like a river. You have a river, it just flows, and you have the same in your drawings. And even here we have our shoulders making like a C, boom, then this goes down and out like this. So we try to build the pose using C, S, I curves. So each of these is a line, a curve that you want to use to build the gesture for your characters. But also we can go deeper than that and just build our shapes. For example, here we can see it. We have one curve going here and then other here. Super subtle, but nonetheless, it actually is CSI. So even this goes there, then boom, boom, then this goes here, and then we have like a one there. Even perhaps we can find one here, boom, and then boom. So there is a lot of C's, a lot of S's, boom, C, C, and then boom, going up. So yeah, this will help you build more appealing shapes. For example, here we have like a C, then another going out. So pretty much just we have in, out for most of these shapes. Even here, in, out, in. And also don't make, like, whenever you do shapes, for example, your arms, for example, instead of this line that I did here, so like that and that, where this points here and this points here, you don't want to do your arms or whatever shapes like that, boom, that point here and here. So it would be like a snowman, boom, 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 because this is not really appealing. What you want to do instead is just having a flow, can be even like super slightly offset, boom, can even have something like this. This is really small offset, but yeah, you just want to have some nice, for example, here we have boom, this would be actually an S, then goes here, boom, boom. You see how this form here flows nice, like boom. So we want to achieve that with the CSI. And lastly, how we can actually connect the upper torso with the lower torso, and how we can actually connect it to, for example, either shoulders or the neck. And there's a couple of things. It's super simple, to be honest. So whenever I just draw my rib cage first, like that, I then pull a simple balls like that, and then just draw an arm through that, boom. Okay, we have super simple arms, okay? But how do we actually connect them? So here we kind of need to know some anatomy. So for example, there would be the shoulder that's connecting the ribcage here to here we have. So let's now erase and just add some on top. So of course here we have our arm, then the shoulders, boom, and then of course our collarbone. Then here the shoulders would go overlap this here, but here we need to just some more anatomy. So here would be some lats there. So it is a little bit more trickier, but for like a simple something like front view here, we would have this, boom, like that. So I would just go and boom, boom, boom. This is for my shoulder. I like to make shapes like this, boom, for the shoulder, something like this. You can also like make it more curved, okay, something like this, boom. As you can see here, one line, second and third, and this is for the shoulder. Then we of course go into the arm like that. Of course we can just add some something like this for our shoulders. Boom. So we have like a simple shape. You can also think as a verb for that. But yeah. Now for the neck is actually super simple. Here, if we have our like basic, for example, this, here we have our neck hole, something like this. We just put our neck as a cylinder there. And then while we have our clavicles, our shoulders, we would just want to put traps, trapezius muscle behind this neck here. And as you can see here, we have a simple cylinder for the neck. Boom, our clavicles, collarbones, like that, boom. And then just trapezius, we can just do like a super simple triangles like that, boom. And we have our neck connected. Now for the hips, here we would have something like this, boom. For example, let's just simplify this into like a shape like this. Then here we have our rib cage, boom. We just go basically make like an hourglass shape, so something like this, boom. So we go boom, boom. And here, as we said in the beginning, we want to just try to make it as wide as the head or wider, not like thinner than the head height. So as you can see here, we have our rib cage there, and then we just go 1, 2, and here we have our shoulders, our hips, boom. Same here, we have our rib cage, so boom and boom. So just two super simple lines. Whenever we have from like a 3/4 view or like more demanding, here we have a rib cage, boom. We still do the same, so 1, 2, and here we would have overlap. So here just one like that, boom. Same here, we have some overlap. So if we just have, for example, something like this, boom, we just make something like this, and we have super simple connected body. Of course, these proportions are whack, but yeah, as you can see, we can connect them really simple, boom, 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 boom. And here, just below this, and where we have our like hip bone poking up, just a little bit above that, we have our belly button, boom, and then the rib cage, like that, boom. Now, if you want like a more in-depth, step-by-step drawing of these, you can check out my Patreon for monthly tutorials, where I actually post 3 tutorials a month. And this month there will be a tutorial on how to draw these rib cages, these torsos, I guess. So there will be like 5 to 6 examples. Also, there's already a tutorial on how to draw the legs, hips, and 2 more tutorials. So check it out, link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye.